Hello guys, we are from group ultrasonic machining. Would like to present about this machine, and the group is are consists with Kageri Ananta, me Siti Jasmine Kadania, and the last is Yayang Nadista Ayu. The next, for the introduction is ultrasonic machining is also known as a procedure involving a vibrating device that fluctuates the ultrasonic frequencies in order to extract the material from the workpiece. An abrasive slurry that runs between the instrument and the workpiece is used in the process. In detail, ultrasonic machining is of a particular interest for the cutting of non-conductive brittle workpiece material such as ceramics. Unlike other non-traditional processes such as laser beam and ultrasonic electrical discharge machining, ultrasonic machining does not thermally damage the workpiece or appear to introduce a significant level of residual stress, which is important for the survival of brittle materials in surface. The fundamental principle of ultrasonic machining, the material removal mechanism involved, and the effect of operating parameters on material removal rate, tool wear rate, and workpiece accuracy are reviewed, with the particular emphasis on the machining of ceramics. The next will be explained by Yayang.
So now I'm going to explain about the types of ultrasonic machining. So there are two types of ultrasonic machining. The first one is stationary ultrasonic machining or coining, we can call it as SAM. And the second one is rotary ultrasonic machining or we can call it as RAM. So for the SAM itself, it can only be used on materials such as glass, ceramic, and other hard or ductile materials. And for the RAM, it using an abrasive tool that rotates and vibrates simultaneously. The combination of rotating and vibrating tools makes ultrasonic rotary machine ideal for drilling holes and performing ultrasonic profile processing. And it can be used in ceramics and brittle materials that are difficult for other machines with traditional processes. Next. Now I'm going to explain about the working principle of ultrasonic machining. So this machine uses ultrasonic waves to produce high frequency force of low amplitude, which act as driving force of abrasive. Then ultrasonic machine generates high frequency vibrating wave of frequency about 20,000 to 30,000 Hz and amplitude about 25 until 50 micron. Also, this high frequency vibration transfer to abrasive particle contains in abrasive slurry. Furthermore, this leads indentation of abrasive particle to brittle workpiece and removes metal from the contact surface. So here is the figure of what the working principle. So there are transducer, sonotrode, removed particles, tool motions, slurry, and also the workpiece. For the next slide will be explained by Kak Gary.
The next one is the tools and components. Ultrasonic machining mainly consists of high-power sine wave generator, transducer, tool holder or horn, tool, and then abrasive slurry. A high-power sine wave generator or the oscillator usually converts low-frequency electrical power to high-frequency electrical power. The next one is transducer. Essentially, transducer is used to convert high-frequency electrical energy to high-frequency low-amplitude mechanical vibration. There are two types of transducer that are usually used, which are piezoelectric transducer and magnetostrictive transducer. Piezoelectric transducer generates a small amount of electric current when it is compressed, and it is available up to 900 watts. Magnetostrictive transducer changes its length when subjected to strong magnetic field, and it is available up to 2000 watt. The next one is the tool holder, or it is usually called as a horn. It is used to hold and connect the tool to the transducer, and it is virtually transmits the energy and in some cases amplifies the amplitude of vibration. The next one is the tool, which is made of relatively ductile materials such as brass, stainless steel, or mild steel, so that the tool wear rate or the TWR can be minimized. And the last one is the abrasive slurry, which is usually a mixture of abrasive grains and water of definite proportion. The next one will be explained by Nia.
So there are the advantages and disadvantages for using this machine. The first one is advantages. Hard, porous, fragile, and non-conductive material may be used in this machine. And the second is there is no heat produced at work, so no significant changes in the physical structure of the work material are created. And then it is lower burr and less procedures distortion. And the last is produce fine results that are done and organized. For these advantages are the first one is low rate of removal of metal. The second is drilling deep holes is hard as slurry movement is minimal. The third is due to abrasive particles, tool wear rate is elevated. The fourth defects are caused by excessive high grain size, and the last is more credibility and skills are required to operate this machine. The last session will be explained by Kageri.
So the last is the applications of the ultrasonic machining process. There are some applications that are using ultrasonic machining process, such as machining of cavities in electrically non-conductive ceramics, performing machining operations like drilling, grinding, and mining operations on all materials which can be treated suitably with abrasives. Then machining fragile components in which otherwise the scrap rate is high, machining of dies for wire drawing, punching and blanking operations, piercing of dies and for parting of and blanking operations, used for multi-step processing for fabricating silicon nitride turbine blades. And then the last one is enabling dentists to drill a hole of any shape on teeth without any pain. And here is our bibliographical references that are used in these presentations. So that's all about our presentations. Thank you for your attention.